Give him a nice hand. Adam Ray, give him a nice hand.
I like doing stand-up as a job. Beats what I was doing before this. For 6 years, I worked at Universal Studios Hollywood, the theme park. Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You work there too? Oh, you work at Disneyland. All right. Well, you share my pain. Made your parents proud. I played Wolverine for 6 years, right? So I was one of the X-Men. I was living the dream. And, the best part, honestly, about the job, there are some really cool things that come along. Like, because the kids, they look at you and they actually think you're the characters. Like, that is such a weird situation to be a part of, right? There was a kid 4 years old on my second day on the verge of tears. He walks up to me. He's like, you're just about my favorite thing in the whole world. Yeah, right? And I was like, oh, my God. You are such a nerd. This kid is never going to get laid. It was adorable, don't get me wrong, but to me, as soon as he said that, I'm like, dude, I'm just a Jewish guy in a blue spandex suit, right? With a wig and fake metal claws, right? I'm trying to make a few extra bucks, right? Just straight out of college, and this kid's calling me his hero. It threw me off. I never heard that word thrown at me before, right? Put a lot of pressure on me. I had to talk him down. I was like, hero, dude, take it easy with that word, buddy. Dude, kid, let me tell you something. Last week, I got high and stole bread from Ralph's, all right? I'm not somebody we'll be looking up to. I do weird shit, man. Why don't you go talk to Spider-Man? He just graduated law school, all right?
Hey, tell me about Universal Studios.
Well, I started out as a tour guide, and then I, on the tram.
Son of a bitch. I tried to get a job as a tour guide there when I first moved out here. All they could give me was crowd control in the parking lot.
For real?
Yeah, with the lights, the sticks. I said, you could take that job and shove it.
Yeah, it wasn't all cracked up.
Do you remember the tour at all?
Yeah, I'd make up a lot of shit because people, nobody really knew the facts. They give you this whole notebook of facts about every spot, but people were taking pictures, so we'd drive by bushes.
Tell me the Jaws thing, though. You're going by the Jaws thing, coming up on it.
Oh, God.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So we pull on it back.
Here's what I would say. You be remembering it. I'll tell you what I would say. All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming up right now on your right, you'll see the famous town of Amityville.
Amityville, yeah.
And there was some word that there was a spotting of a shark there, but I think that's nonsense. Yeah, we got a great summer ahead of us. We got a lot of good swimming, and so keep your hands inside just in case. And then we go across the bridge, and what happens?
And then you stop. And then you go, hey, there's Steve. Our friend Steve is out there.
Hey, wave to Steve, everybody.
Wave to Steve, everybody. He's in the scuba. God, it's so cheesy. And so Steve's in the water. And you're like, oh, look at Steve, and he's just checking the waters for us. And then all of a sudden there's a shark coming. There's a scuba
diver that comes out of the
and then he pops up and everybody wave to Steve. And then he goes down, and then the music starts, and then you see the shark fin. You're like, oh, wait a minute, wait a minute, Steve. Oh, okay, Steve. No, Steve, you need to get out of there. Steve, everybody yell at me, but please help me. Steve, we got to get out of the water. Steve. And I would flip out. And I would just really try to commit to it because I was like, I'm a actor. And I went to 4 years at USC. And now I'm working at a theme park. And so I would commit to it. And then the shark and Jaws would take him down. And I would just go ape. And I would scream and yell, and to the point, one of my bosses wrote my evaluation to her, and they had to tone me down because there was a couple that the kid was crying because I was flipping out so much. I was like, sweet God, Steve, get out of the water! God damn it, don't you listen? And this kid's like, what the is going on right now? Why is he screaming at an animatronic? And the kid knew what an animatronic was.
I know how old were you then? Like 23 or something?
Yeah, 23.
Probably scoping out all the girls on the tram.
Yeah, I don't know.
Trying to impress them.
I was pretty focused on my job, Kevin. I was pretty focused on the bullshit facts.
Did you ever get an acting job offer from that?
There was a guy who I could tell was not in the business. He came up to me and he was like, because we did this one tour and I would make up things because, like I said, people would take pictures. So we drove by these bushes and I was like, if you remember, folks, those bushes were in the movie Bushes 1 and the sequel Bushes 2, Attack of the Bushes. You might remember that scene when Al Pacino was like, oh, that's a lot of bushes. And people just started taking pictures. People just started taking pictures of bushes. And so the guy comes up, he's like, it was really funny when you did that little bushes bit. You did that bushes bit, that was real funny. I'm a casting officer. And I was like, that does not sound right at all. Yeah. And he goes, I'm a casting officer, I run an office, and we'd love to have you in for some projects.
He runs an office.
Yeah. So he said that, I was just like, nah, I don't know. And I was like, well, can I have a card? And he's like, fresh out of cards. Been giving them out all day. And I was like, all right. So
I'll send my assistant over with a cashier's check. Yeah. All right, so I know you have to go.
Yeah.
Because you got another tour coming up. You got the tram is leaving in another 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So nice hand for Adam Ray.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks, Adam. Adam Ray.